Hi everybody, it is the 24th of March 2021 and update 11.1 for the PC has just dropped to the PC test server, with it going live next week, I believe, on public PC servers, and I guess it'll be coming to console, coming to PlayStation and Xbox over the next couple of weeks. It's not live on the PlayStation test server. I did take a look at that a couple of minutes ago, but why don't we go through the patch notes so we can see what we can look forward to. Update 11.1 is now available on PC test servers. Drop back into the highlands of Paramo with updated terrain and new game modes available. So what they mean there is that you can now play solos and duos, which actually is something I'm pretty excited about, being able to play solo on Paramo, because it's quite, or Paramo, so it's quite a small map, isn't it? But I always thought it was a really good looking map, kind of like a little chunk of Erangel. While you're there, you can try out the latest weapon balance updates that includes damage increases for the Mini 14, the VSS, and the Scar L. You can also work on the 10 new mastery medals added to bling up your revamped PUBG ID. On larger maps, deploy the new emergency pickup to grab a quick transport over to the safe zone for you and your squad. 11.1 also features kill feed updates, new ways to find and add friends, a new match log and more. And there's a video you can watch, but don't worry, I'll leave a link to these patch notes in the description below the video so you can check it out and watch the video for yourself. Season 10 ranked rewards, so if you've been working through Season 10, it just tells you when you're going to be getting those, and Season 11 ranked begins. Starting from Season 11, ranked seasons will run for 2 months at a time. Season beginning and end dates no longer align with that of the Survivor passes. Due to the change in season duration, adjustments have been made to the ranked reward table. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Kind of makes more sense, doesn't it, to have it separate from the Survivor pass, from the Battle Pass. But kind of, yeah, it does make you wonder, is it as successful as it could be, the Battle Pass? Players use rank emblem rewards a lot, especially at high ranks, and we found most players tend to use the emblem from the most recent season, rather than the older seasons. So, to better emphasise and represent your recent ranked achievements, ranked emblems and similar symbolic rewards will now only be available to use for the season in which you receive the rewards. Ranked skin rewards are still permanent items available for you across any season. We have also made improvements to the quality of higher ranked emblems and add ranked nameplates for additional prestige. There you go. So if you play ranked and do well, you can show everybody. Season 11 ranked updates. Spawn rates for all weapons in ranked mode will be increased to a similar level as esports mode on all maps. We have increased the amount of item spawns by 30 to 40% to reduce time spent looting. There are no additional changes to other items or vehicle spawn rates. The return of Paramo. Excellent. Based on your feedback, we've brought back Paramo to normal and custom matches as Haven and Karakin bid farewell. Check out the changes to Paramo this update. The terrain on Paramo still has its random elements, now with one extra randomized location possibility. Increased item spawn rates in the secret room and care package helicopter. Improved terrain and added additional cover to fields. In normal matches, you can have up to 64 players who can play in matches with bots. It says it supports TPP, third person and first person, so duo and squads. Be interesting when it comes down to actually player counts, especially on console, whether that they keep doing that. I've got a feeling they'll probably ditch and it'll end up being just squads. Custom matches now available in custom matches. Added secret room key to spawn options. Sandbox mode is now available. Now that's interesting. I'm gonna have to check out sandbox mode. Hopefully, that's a mode where you can wander around and kind of do what you want. And hopefully they haven't put like a minimum player count on it. So yeah, Paramo back. Good choice, well done. So I guess we're going to have Erangel, Miramar, Vikendi, Sanhok, and Paramo in rotation. Map service plans. Last year, the team focused on releasing several smaller size maps with unique features, from Karakin and its building destruction to Paramo and its partially randomized terrain, to the urban streets of Haven along with its PvPvE element. We love making new and interesting maps for you all to play, but all these new maps does make matchmaking and map rotation a pretty difficult task. No shit, PUBG. To try and keep a balance between map choice and matchmaking times, we'll be limiting the number of playable maps to 5, starting with update 11.1. We know that our players have very different tastes when it comes to map size, but the consensus has generally been in favour of the large 8x8 maps. Because of this, Erangel and Miramar will always be available, with the remaining maps cycling in and out of the remaining 3 slots. Cycling out maps gives us the opportunity to work on them for a bit when they make their return. But update 11.1, Paramo will be replacing Karakin in the rotation. Paramo has been a fan favourite since it first dropped, and many of you have been asking for it back. We've added in more options for game modes and fine-tuned a few other things, adding an additional random map area each match, and also made it available in custom games. Karakin will continue to be available in custom games. We hope this new plan keeps PUBG's map selection exciting while still getting you all into games in a timely fashion. Thanks, and enjoy your return to Paramo. So there's going to be 5 maps. So what's that? So it's Erangel, Miramar, Paramo, Sanhok, Vikendi. Okay. Yeah, I still think they should have Erangel as the featured map. You should have Erangel as the featured map, and then the 4 other maps, so you can play them in rotation. So you've always got the option of just playing Erangel. Because, to be honest, I probably would, I would just play Erangel all the time, I think, at this point with PUBG, rather than having to go into some of the other maps that, don't get me wrong, they're good fun, but Erangel, I think, is something else. And I also think, and I'll say it again, I say it in every time I do one of these videos, I still think they should bring back original Vikendi. I think they ruined it when they changed it. But yeah, original Vikendi. Weapon balance updates. Based on the data we've collected in the past months, we've made adjustments to the weapon balance. We found that in normal matches, the Beryl, M416 and SLR are all used in a similar amount. In ranked matches, however, the Beryl is outperforming other weapons, followed closely by the SLR. To help keep matches exciting and make sure players have many viable battle choices, we've decided to nerf the Beryl and the SLR. On the other hand, we've seen that certain guns are underperforming, and so we are giving the Mini 14, VSS and Scar L small buffs. We're just talking 1 or 2 points in their damage. More recoil for the SLR. More recoil for the Beryl. Yeah, good. Now this is interesting, the emergency pickup. When the emergency pickup is deployed, a Fulton Balloon is released from its bag. When the balloon is fully inflated and high up in the air, an airplane will arrive in 60 seconds. During this time, up to a maximum of 4 players can attach themselves to the Fulton Balloon rope. Once that arrives, it catches the balloon and hoists up the players and makes its way towards the centre of the safe zone. Now, this is something that was actually used in real life by the Americans. I don't know if the Russians had a version of it as well. The CIA used it, and it was also used on a operation in the Arctic, if I remember rightly, where the Americans were looking at an abandoned Soviet Arctic base on the ice that was breaking up. And so I think the guys parachuted in, and then they had to Fulton out. However, it's a very, very, very dangerous thing to do, because imagine you're attached to this rope, and what you do is, in reality, what you do is you sit on the ground with your back facing the way that the plane's going to fly over you, attached to this wire with this balloon up in the air, and the plane then catches the wire. But the plane's going 200 miles an hour, and that jerks you off the ground, and then it reels you in. So you can imagine, it's very easy to break all the bones in your body if you hit anything, or you get whiplash, all that sort of stuff. At any point during the flight, players can detach themselves and parachute down. When deploying the emergency pickup, make sure the area is clear of obstacles with a clear view of the sky, or it will fail. The emergency pickup cannot be used before the first circle and after the 4th circle, so use it wisely. It will also not work when you use it indoors on ferries or trains. The emergency pickup is a lootable item only found on Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok and Vikendi, and that can be carried around in your inventory. Emergency pickup can be used effectively in the following situations: stuck deep in the blue, or are otherwise unable to outrun it, have to cross an open field with little cover while engaging another team, when you and your teammates want to find a safer looting location. Beware of the following once you're picked up by the plane. Once picked up by the plane, you cannot shoot, so be wary of taking fire when you're in mid-air, especially if there's a motor glider around. Players on the rope can receive damage and are therefore vulnerable to mid-air attacks from a motor glider, and presumably from the ground as well. Players can detach from the rope at any time and deploy the parachute. At an altitude of less than 50 meters, the parachute is unable to be deployed. Splat. Camera is locked in third-person view for the duration of the journey. Really interesting, quite fun actually. It's going to be cool to see as well how immobilized you are when you connect yourself to the balloon. So presumably you activate this thing that you find, the balloon will go up, and then everybody can see the balloon, and they might start running towards it, and you're attached to it, whether you've still got a free reign of movement to defend yourselves. I guess you'd be popping smokes, wouldn't it? That's what you do. You'd send the balloon up, and you would pop a smoke around you while you're waiting. Mastery medal updates. 10 new types of mastery medals have been added. You can read about this yourself. New PUBG ID update. Mutual friends. Some kill feed updates. So the kill feed now is only going to have the icons. You're not going to be able to have the written one, which is a bit of a shame. Match log, because text kill feeds are no longer supported. Notification changes. Store improvements. Quality of life. It's all simple things. Players can now create up to 3 custom match sessions, which means a player won't have to wait to start a new session. Oh, that is a good idea. Performance improvements, and there we go. And then skins. Now, so Season 11. Patch notes. Quite interesting one. No big stuff, but you know, I like the fact that we've got this new Fulton Balloon system. Should be quite interesting. And I like the fact that they brought Paramo back, especially as solos, and I might try and get some gameplay on that on PC, even though I'm terrible when I'm playing PC. So there we go. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below, and I will, of course, see you again soon.